Welcome to Woodlands North. Just out at the hunt camp today, they've just blazed some awesome new trails through here, just doing some investigating, and I brought with me some potassium permanganate. It's defined as an inorganic chemical compound, and it's generally used for medical purposes. So does this have a spot in your bushcraft kit? We're not sure, but stick around and we're going to find out next. Having the ability to start a no-match fire intrigues me. So you don't need matches, lighter, and so forth. Just this chemical compound called potassium permanganate. And there's also another compound you'll need. We'll talk about that shortly. But it can also be used to sterilize wounds and even for water treatment. All you need are 2 to 3 crystals per liter. You want it to be a bright pink, wait about a half an hour, and the water is then safe to drink. And now the reason that most of you are here, how to get this to start a fire. Let's zoom in and take a quick look. Okay, so we've been talking about potassium permanganate. Let's take a quick look at what it is. As you can see here, just a powder. Just a bunch of crystals in there. And you're probably asking, isn't it dangerous? Isn't it flammable? Well, by itself, no. But when you add other compounds such as glycerin, and all these are actually available online pretty inexpensively, then it becomes flammable. You can also use other compounds like sugar, antifreeze seems to work, and I heard even alcohol will work, but that seems to have a more prolific effect. So I'm gonna add some of the potassium here. I don't know how much is needed. I only have done this once, so that seemed to be about the right amount. And then we're gonna add some glycerin. We're going to need more glycerin than that. And then we're going to mix it up. You see, nothing happens yet, and the amount of time it takes is going to depend on a few factors, the temperature and exactly what ingredients you're using and things like that. But it generally does take a couple of minutes for this to start. Just gonna mix it up nice into a slurry here, and then we're gonna wait. Well, there it goes. Something's happening. Oh, I see flames. Excellent. Just gonna throw a few sticks on top just to get a little fire going. But as you can see, it took, I don't know, 35, 40 seconds, and it did get a fire started. Okay, so some of my final thoughts. I found that the potassium permanganate is a simple and effective fire starter. When I placed it on the Vargo stove there, flames and heat were very intense, and it kept that going for about 30-40 seconds. Anything that's somewhat dry is gonna catch, you know, especially if you have twigs ready like I did. So it really did fit the bill. One thing I do notice is that the timing it takes is a little bit different. First time I did it, it took several minutes before I had a reaction, and it was warmer that day. Today it's hovering just a few degrees, about 4 or 5 degrees above zero. And when I put the glycerin on, within, I don't know, 30 or 40 seconds, the reaction started and took on really well. So it does work quite well. There's also other uses, which is what I like. It's not a single-use product. You can use it for wound care. You can use it to sterilize water. If you do that, of course, do your research and make sure that you have the correct amounts and so forth to sterilize your wounds and to sterilize water. And another note of caution, you saw the reaction that these two make together, so storage is very important. Before I consider putting this in my pack, again, I'm probably going to find some better containers, because you could just imagine what would happen if this leaked onto here. After a few minutes of walking, it's going to be catastrophic, especially if you're miles from home. If you store this in your house and it topples over, gets broken, there could be a chemical reaction and it could be deadly. So definitely do your research, be careful, be safe. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. I really like these videos. If you do like them, give me a thumbs up. And if you like the content I put out, why not subscribe to the channel so you get notified when new videos come out. Speaking of new videos, I want to see you in the next one. Take care. See you soon.